Hi, I'm Boone Coleman, and I'm going to talk to you today about the Big Five for keys. So, the first thing that you want to think about is being able to play the right notes. So, what does this mean? This means knowing the chords, being able to read what's on the sheet, and then being able to play the right thing on the piano. So, it's actually easier said than done, given that there's a lot of different keys on the piano that you can be playing. One thing you can do to help is to practice the song in several different keys, just in case there's a change on Sunday, and just to familiarize yourself with the song better. One thing I like to do is to practice the song in at least 3 keys, just to practice, just to become a better player. So that way next time we play the song, I'll already be familiar with other keys and other instances in which we could be playing it. The second thing for keys is to play simply. So playing simply is also a little bit easier said than done. This means that we don't want to try to be the shining star. We don't want to be soloing all the time. We really just want to support the singers and give them and the audience the right notes to be singing along to. So a lot of times playing simply means just playing diamonds, which means we hit the chord sort of one time. You don't have to play every note of the chord. Typically, that means you play at least the 1 and 5 of a chord. So the first note and the 5th note of the chord. You can add in the 3 if it fits, but you actually don't even have to. So when you're thinking about playing, just think about how can I play simply. The third thing is to know melodic parts like the back of your hand. As the keys player, there's a lot of instances where it'll be just you playing. So if you're listening to a song and you hear, wow, it's just piano right there, that's a part you should know really, really well. This comes back to just knowing your stuff like the back of your hand. You want to be really sure of where those parts are, the timing of them, the notes, and the style in which you want to play it. Is it a quiet part? Is it a part that sticks out? Do I need to play louder? And it's okay to deviate a little bit from what is on a recording in order to play simply, or if it's outside of your skill set. But you still want to play something that fits, that makes sense, and is just overall helpful to the band and to the audience. Fourth, you want to play with finesse and dynamics. Playing with finesse essentially means that we aren't playing the keys as loud as we can all the time. Even if you feel like you're playing quietly, we're actually playing through a very loud PA system. It's not just an upright piano that's in your living room, so you don't have to play super loudly. A lot of times if you can't hear yourself, it's because the volume in your ears isn't turned up enough, not that the piano isn't loud enough. So think about playing gently and lightly as you keep your hands on the piano. Fifth, you'll want to be prepared for intros and outros. This essentially comes down to just thinking ahead. Maybe you need to write down on the sheet that there's a big part coming up. Maybe you need a cue. Maybe you need to think about what is someone doing right before my part starts. So a lot of times this means that you can circle the final chorus, have it real big, so that way you know when we finish this chorus, I need to play the outro. Because these are typically really exposed times, the intro and the outro, where the piano is really the driving factor. So you want to be prepared for that. In relation to this, you're going to want to think about how you really shouldn't ever stop playing on the piano. You pretty much play from beginning to end. You just subtly change what you're doing, whether it's playing the intro and outro or just playing gentle chords behind the singer. You're really just supporting what everyone's doing. So that's the 5 big things for the piano.